first collection of poems was Mappings, which came in 1980. Then his famous novel Suitable Boy came in 1993, which gave him a lot of reputation and name and fame also. This poem is about a king who carries on his idea of justice too long. He was a very simple and placid king. Okay, I think it is about an ideal state where the principles of justice are based on equality. Okay, students. So we will start this poem. Okay. Yes, Manan?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So here's the stanza of the poem. The first stanza. In the city which I seen, there was just and placid king. So in first two lines, the poet says that the city which he is talking about has ruled by a just and placid. Just means fair and placid means calm. Which was ruled by just and placid means fair and calm king. The king proclaimed on earth should be constructed that triumphantly would span the major thoroughfare to edify the spectator. So here proclaim means to order or to say, and arch here means that it is a curved and symmetrical structure which supports a bridge. So he ordered to build a arch and think that it would triumphantly would span the major thoroughfare. Means he said that the arch should be built on the main road and it would be the motivation of the onlooker.
In the second stanza, we can see that when the king ordered to build an ark, the workmen went and built the thing. They did so since he was the king. It shows the power of the king that when he ordered, the workmen go and build that ark. The king rode down the thoroughfare to edify the spectator there. Under the arch, he lost his crown. The arch was built too low. A frown appeared on his placid face. The king said, "This is a disgrace. The chief of builder will be hanged. The rope and gallows were arranged." In the second stanza, we can see that when the arch was built and king ride under the arch, the measurement of arch may be wrong, and it was so low that when the king ride under it, his crown just fell and lost. So it was a type of insult. So the king get angry and he decided to hang the contractor of that the contractor to whom the work was given, because it was the fault of contractor that he made this low and the crown of king just fell.
Now coming to the third stanza. The chief of builders was laid out. He passed the king, he gave a shout. O king, it was the workman's fault. O said the king and called a halt. To the proceeding being just and placider now, he said, I must have all the workmen hang instead. The workmen looked surprised and said, O king, you do not realize the bricks were made of a wrong size. Now in the court, the judgment was started. The chief of builder was taken in front of king. When he comes in front of him, he gave shout and exclaimed that it was not his fault, it was the workman's fault who built the arch. And the king believed on them, and he said he should hang the workman instead of the chief of builders. But in listening to this justice, the workmen also surprised and they also exclaimed their views and their thoughts. They said that it was not their fault. The bricks were made of a wrong size. In this matter, what's happened? The chief of builders passed his crime to the workmen, and the workmen passed their crime to the brick and said that the bricks were made of wrong size.
Now in the fourth stanza, we will see. Summon the Mason, said the king. The Mason stood there quivering. It was the architect, they said. The architect was summoned. Well, architect, said his majesty, I I do ordain that you shall be hanged, said the architect to the king, O king, you have forgotten one small thing. You made certain amendments to the plans when I showed them to you. In this stanza, we can learn that the king had called the masons. Now, who are the masons? Masons are the workers who prepares houses, walls. Okay. So the masons now came there, and they were quivering. What is quivering? They were shaking with fear. Why?
They are afraid of king that they will
Certainly,
punish
because they were very much
Afraid.
You know, king is a very, very powerful person.
person.
Okay, right? Where architect said, His Majesty, I do ordain that you shall be hanged. Now king said to the architect that now because you are guilty, so that's why you will be hanged. So what we can see in this poem is that everyone is passing the guilt to other person. Okay, everyone is trying to save himself or herself. One other thing you can see is that king is very, very simple. He does not have any kind of strategy, any plan, and he believes everyone. Now this is the big mistake. If we want to have a good governance, good administration, then we should be wise and should have good people who can give real advice to us. Okay, so that's why. You shall be hanged, said the architect. O king, you have forgotten one small thing. You made certain amendments to the plans when I showed them to you. Architect has also his own story, like everyone. Architect said that when I prepared the plan and map, I came to you and showed you this. At that time, you have given some suggestions, amendment. Now, what is amendment? Amendment means some changes, repairs. Like in our constitution, we can make some amendments. Okay, we can improve the law. We can bring changes. So the king has done the amendments to the original plan, which was made by the architect. Now you know, student, architect is a professionally perfect and having a lot of knowledge. King should not have done that mistake. How he can change the plan? Okay, if the king have all the knowledge, then he can do. Without the knowledge, he cannot do this. I think here he made a very big mistake. He should not have done that. Okay, so this was about this architect story.
Now it's turn for the fifth stanza of the poem, The Tale of the Melon City by Vikram Seth. The king heard this. The king saw red. In fact, he nearly lost his head. But being a just and placid king, he said, "This is a tricky thing. I need some counsel. Bring me the wisest man in the country." Explanation of this stanza. The king tells the architect that he considers him the one at fault and he must be executed. Instantly, the architect mentioned that it was the king who made minute changes to the architect's initial plan. This indirectly indicates that it was the king who was responsible for the wrongly built arch. The king grew angry, but since he was just and placid, he thought it would be the best to consult someone in such a confusing situation. Thus, he ordered them to get the wisest person alive.
Now we will see the stanza 6 of this poem. The wisest man was found and brought, nay carried to the royal court. He could not walk and could not see, so old and therefore wise was he. In a quavering voice he said, the culprit must be punished. Truly the art, it was that man, the crown of it must be hanged. Now as we see in this stanza, because the architect now put the blame on the king himself, the king became more nervous and more confused. Now what can be done? So he said the wisest man should be brought because he would need some advice. What should be done? Nay, carried to the royal court. He could not walk and could not see. Now just look at the wisest man. Because of his age, he was very, very old. As an old person, he could neither walk properly, okay? So he was brought. And he could not also see. So old and therefore wise was he. Now we have to see here what is the criteria of wisdom or knowledge. Okay. Is it age or age matters, or even a person of less age can also be wise. Okay. But here importance is given to the age. But in a quavering voice, he said, culprit must be punished. At last, the old man, wisest man, said that the culprit must be punished. Now, who was the culprit? Culprit was truly the ark, you can see. Culprit means, students, what is the meaning of culprit? Culprit means someone who is responsible for wrongdoing. Okay. So culprit must be punished. Now tell me who is the culprit here?
The king.
The arch. Arch.
Arch. Why was that responsible? Why was that culprit? Because when the king went there, his crown was fallen, because that ark was not up to proper size. Okay, because of that his crown has fallen. The arch, it was that band the crown of, and it must be hanged. Now at last wise man said that it is the arch that should be hanged. Okay, so it is so humorous and so funny, student. How can an arch can be hanged? That is the question.
Now this is the seventh stanza. Here, to the scaffold the arch was lead, when suddenly a councillor said, how can we hang so shamelessly? What touch your head, your majesty? True must the king, by how the crowd breathless was muttering aloud. The king perceived their mood and trembled, and said to all who were assembled, let us postpone consideration of final points like guilt, nation. Once the hanging hand must be someone, and that immediately. So now in this seventh stanza, as the wise man said, the arch was brought towards the scaffold. Now here the scaffold, it is a raised wooden platform used for the execution of the accused person. So when the arch was brought to the scaffold, a councillor, means a minister of royal court, said that how can we shamelessly hang a thing which was touched to the king's head? Means how can they hang
arch. So the king also said that it is true, and after hearing this, the crowd start to make voice and muttering aloud that they want the execution of a guilty person. But the king then perceived that we should postpone the judgment, and when we will find the guilty person, we will hang it without delay. So now, so king said that for now we will postpone it, and when we will find the guilty or the accused, then we will hang it.
Let us see stanza number 8. The noose was set up somewhat high. Each man was measured by and by, but only one man so tall he fitted. One man, that was all. He was the king, his majesty was therefore hanged by royal decree. In this stanza, we can see that when the king decided to hang someone for that crime, they made a noose, and that noose was set up somewhat high. The noose was set up at some high point, and one by one the men were measured, and the one who will fit in this noose will be hanged. And the noose was high, so only one man fitted in that noose who was tall, and the tall man was none other than the king. The king himself fitted in that noose, and abiding the law, the officials hanged him till death.
Thank goodness we found someone saved. The ministers for instead. We had not the unruly tongue, might will have turned against the crown. Long live the king, the minister said. Long live the king is dead. They pondered the dilemma, being practical minded men, sent out the herlock to proclaim. The new to pass the city gate will choose the ruler of our state, as if our custom this will be enforced with due ceremony. Now, after a long struggle, the ministers found someone who fit in that noose, and it was the king. And so the king was punished and hanged. But now the situation in front of the empire was that there was no king and no one who will rule the king. And the ministers, being practical, they think on this and thought that this topic is very much important for the empire, and thinking very much on this point, they sent down the heralds to proclaim all over the empire about the new notice that the new one to pass the city gate will choose the ruler of our state. The one who will pass the city gate first, will choose the ruler of the state, and the one whom he will choose will be enforced as a king with a due ceremony.
Now the minister had announced that the man who will pass will choose the king. So a man passed by the city gate, an idiot, the guard cried, "Wait, who is to be the king?" Decide. A melon, the idiot replied. This was his standard answer to all questions. He liked the melons. "You are now our king," the minister said, crowning a melon. Then they carried the melon to the throne and reverently set it down. Now, a man passed by the city gate. The man passed the city gate, and he was an idiot. The guard asked them to wait and decide who will be the king. Then he answered, "A melon." He answered such because he liked melon too much. But after that, the minister had crowned a melon. How fooled the minister were, because they had made a melon, the king of the whole empire. So they crowned it, and they carried the melon to the throne and reversingly set it down. Means they carried the melon towards the throne and put it there.